Hello, hello, hello. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Sohria Alexander Show. It is a pleasure being here with you tonight, and I am a little excited tonight. And it is because I have my first guest, and we will be talking with her a little later in the show. How are you doing, guys? How was your weekend? Well, you know already. First, let me say welcome. Now, people, you gotta come to the show early. We start at 9 o'clock. We do not wait for figures. We have a good show, quality show. We start on the money. So allow me to say welcome to all my fans, all my radio listeners on Liberty 92.3 FM. Welcome, guys. Thanks for listening. Continue listening. Tell your friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend that So is on the Sohria Alexander Show. And also, I would like to say hello to my YouTubers and welcome to my Facebookers. Guys, it is going to be a very, very exciting show. It's going to be a very good show. And in life, stand for something or stand for nothing. And many people have met me. I recently met a lady at, I was coming out from Massey, and she said, we need more women like you. You are not swayed by position or money. Excuse me. We need more women like you to talk, to speak. And most times when I speak, you would find that other people may stay silent or they would support what I am speaking against. And I always like to err on the side of caution. And I usually do my research. And I do not want people to support me just because they like me. If I'm doing something wrong, we can do it respectfully and say, hey, what you doing? I'm not in agreement with it. But not because you are my friend to condone me doing wrongdoing. That's why politicians, all of them, they can't get so yet. Because this is who I am. I will say you should have done X, Y, Z differently. And while everybody was saying, and I'm happy my guest I have is a young person, and I'm happy I spoke up for the young people, for the voiceless. It is easy for us to discard them and say they're not good, they this, they that. It is so easy for us to discard them. We were once young. I could pride myself as being a good young person when I was that age, and even a good adult at my age. However, there are people that will make errors. And are you going to say, oh, I'm better than you, and you're supposed to be doing this, and you're supposed to be doing that? No, we have to guide them. And I spoke up against the Leon Hess principle. The way he handled the matter was totally incorrect. And I also said that I am not saying that the children had a right to go and sing that, but he made a mountain out of a very minute situation that could have handled properly. And what has happened, I think because of the pressure, I know Felicia Brown, who is also an activist, spoke up against it. And I also showed Bernard Benny speaking up against it, and I spoke up against it. But many people, you know a problem in this world and in this country? I will always fight for the underdog. You see me, I can fight for myself, I can talk. So I good. But I will always fight for the underdog. And the underdog that time were the students. And everybody was like, oh, I stand with Mr. Rohan Luba. I stand with what he did. I stand with this, I stand with that. And everybody was beating up the students. And then, as I said to you, I'm very well connected. And I got a letter stating that he will no longer be the principal of Leon Hess comprehensive secondary school. And this is why we have, even if you may have authority, you must be careful in what you do. Even if you have the authority, I'll say it again, you have to be careful in what you do or how you go about doing things, because he was wrong. Somebody asked me on my page, Octavian Stephen, I don't know if you watch it, if you're listening tonight. Hello, let me give you a shout out, because he always comments on my page. And he asked me if I'm a psychologist, if I study psychology. I told him, no, I do not have to study psychology to know how to deal with young people. You don't have to study psychology. If you have had formal education and you are well read, you would know certain things that are being done is wrong. And I know when I did that live, putting pressure on Mr. Rowan Lubon, former principal of the Leon Hess Comprehensive School. I'm saying Castridge Comprehensive because I went to that school. Leon Hess Comprehensive Secondary School. It is because he didn't go about it wrong. Now, a lot of the politicians, a lot of those in position, principals, all of them, when I give you all pressure, you know what you'll have to do? Instead of getting vexed with me, you have to say, let me see what Susu saying making sense. Let me see what Miss Alexander is saying making sense, and change your ways. Because I have nothing to gain in bringing you down. I have nothing to gain in just coming at people. So I will speak on the issues. And I was one who was very loud. I was very loud concerning him. So apparently he has been transferred to the post of Director, Youth Development, Ministry of Youth Development and Sports, effective Wednesday, 1st February 2023. Okay, and I think his last day on compound was today, Monday. Be careful what you do. When you are given authority, be careful. Same applies to Claudius Francis. And I discuss the issues. I am not going after people because I support this party, that party. That ain't making no sense. I support my country. I support St. Lucia. And it's the same thing I wrote where I say Claudius Francis should be dismissed. Okay, he should be relieved of his duty. Because you're supposed to follow the letter of the law. And not following the letter of the law, you cost the taxpayers $75,000. We cannot say, oh, this one did it before, millions, we are doing nothing. No, we're doing it right now. We're doing it right. So that does not happen again. And we need to put competent people in position. I'm not saying Mr. Rowan Lobo was not competent. I think he got ahead of himself, right? But in the case of the Speaker of the House, this is serious. I will be frank to you, it is an embarrassment on the government of St. Lucia that happened. And I want Honorable Philip J. Pierre and the other 16 members of Parliament, what I want to see from you is to amend our Constitution, whereby the Speaker of the House is somebody that is not political and the people vote for the Speaker of the House. Because we are too small of a nation to be dabbling in this kind of madness. It's insane. So let's leave this right here. But I will show you, I know everybody, Zayal, right? I know she's been working very hard, working long hours. And Zayal always asks me what I'm cooking and whatever. And may I say kudos to the Independence Committee. Kudos to you. I think Mr. Benny Manuel is the one in charge. Kudos to y'all. My issue is with the streaming. My God, when are we going to get it right in this country? When are we going to get it right in this country? That's okay, you there. When are we going to get it right in this country? You cannot tell me. I watched when the Prime Minister Ernest Hilaire and the rest came to do their thing, their ceremony. The Wi-Fi, the stream was pure garbage. And then today, I am seeing, they're starting from cash reserve with the batter relay. I'm so excited. I take my iPad, put it on my flat screen. I'm cooking, watching, and I can't watch the thing. I cannot watch the thing. I cannot watch it because the stream is bad. We need to do better in this country, and this is why. Let me tell you something. Not because somebody is your friend, somebody is your husband, somebody is your lover, somebody is your jabal, somebody is whatever. When they're wrong, they're wrong. And you got to say it. That is the only way we are going to push forward in this country. This is the only way we are going to push forward. What kind of thing is that? National Television Network is an embarrassment. It is an embarrassment. We need to do better in this country. We are too small of a nation. Let me tell you, we need to raise the bar with quality. We're tired of people just saying, hey, it's not me, it's somebody else. So what are we taxpayers paying all you for? We need to do better. And I'm hoping, because many people, especially the sick and shut in, they stay home and they watch the activities. So we need to do better in this regard. So as I was talking about cooking, so today I decided to do, some little nice stuff, and because I love to cook, people. I take anything and make something out of it. And one thing I would like to encourage people, please, do not put all those seasonings, artificial seasonings in your food. I don't. My seasonings is just natural and so simple. And everybody asks me, why do your food taste so good? Because I ain't putting all them adobo, robodo, all this nonsense in my food. So I'm just going to show you a little video of what I cooked. Okay, I am preparing my base for my pasta. I am doing sweet and sour pasta. And in there I have some carrots. I have parsley, garlic, onions, and my sweet pepper, and I put a little sugar, vinegar, and I have some jam in there. So I'm going to let it saute for a while to get the carrots a little bit, soft, and then I am going to put my pasta in here. I am going to put my pasta in here so I can complete the dish. So you hear with Soso's cooking. I know many of you say, Soso, what did you cook today? What did you cook today? Well, that is a side dish I'm doing here for the pasta. I cooked baked mashed potatoes, really nice. I put a little bacon and all sorts of nice stuff in it. I have some baked chicken, and then I have the pasta to put in my sweet and sour sauce I am doing here. Remember, cooking is very, very easy. You do not have to put all those artificial flavors in there. I have no artificial flavor in there. None. And then while it simmers down, I'm going to grate some ginger in my sauce for my pasta, my sweet and sour pasta. You do not have to spend a lot of money to cook well. When I go to the supermarket, I buy all natural stuff. I do not put artificial ingredients in my food. So just giving you a little insight into what I'm cooking today. So here is the finished product of my sweet and sour pasta. You see all that goodness, all that flavor, and let me tell you, the sauce is so divine. You don't have to spend a lot of money, like I said, to go to the fancy restaurants. I go to the fancy restaurants occasionally, maybe just to give myself a little break, but I can cook almost anything, and this tastes even better than the restaurants, the high-end hotel. Thank God. I'm just gifted in cooking. Nobody taught me to cook. So here you have it, all flavorful and colorful and all that goodness inside of here. So this is the end result of my sweet and sour pasta. I'm going to eat some right now. Okay, I told you I did some baked chicken. So here is a nice baked chicken. Again, all natural. I put nothing artificial in my food. And I let it bake, it's so yummy, yummy, yummy. And with that, I showed you before that I have the sweet and sour chow mein. And I also did some baked potato mash with bacon and all that good stuff in there, again all natural. So we have our mashed potatoes baked with bacon and all that goodness inside. Okay, and you just have a little portion. All you have to take is a little portion of food. I personally, I like, you know, a bit of ground provision by my food, so I am cooking some plantain, waiting for it to get done. So I'm just showing you what I'm doing in my kitchen. So yes, this is what I cooked yesterday in my kitchen, and people were saying I got a lot of WhatsApp, people saying all kind of things. I should give so and so, invite so and so to lunch, to dinner, whatever. Some people trying to put me in hot water, but I'm not going there. I'm not going there. They say, oh, the way to a man's heart is his belly. And I guess a way to a woman's heart is a man giving her money. But my friends were just troubling me. Hi, Martha. Hi, Diane. Love y'all. You know, but it's good. It's good to cook. It's good to cook. It's good to do different stuff. I really love it. Now, my guest is a brilliant, and let me tell you something. There are certain young people who are just consistent with their behavior. I got to know Larissa Joseph from the Castries Comprehensive Secondary School, and then she moved on up to the Sir Arthur Lewis Community College, and this is such a brilliant young lady. I have also highlighted her on my Facebook page, all right, Sohria Alexander page. I have also highlighted her during her graduation ceremony. And this young lady is very brilliant. Before I bring her in, I'm just going to show you a little piece of who Larissa Joseph is.
Help me welcome the class of 2022 valedictorian. From the Agribusiness Entrepreneurship and Climate Smart Agriculture Unit, and also the recipient of Helen's Daughters Women in Agriculture Award for having obtained the highest average in the unit. She is none other than Miss Larissa Joseph.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Honorable Sean Edward, Minister for Education, Sustainable Development, Innovation, Science, Technology, and Vocational Training. Chairman of the Board of Governors, Mr. Cletus Springer, and other members of the board. Acting Principal, Dr. Millicent Claire Auguste. Acting Vice Principal, Mr. Kurt Harris. Registrar, Mr. Ian Minville. Manager, academic heads, faculty and staff of the Sir Arthur Lewis Community College, members of the Diplomatic Corps, specially invited guests, parents and guardians, fellow graduates, friends and family, the viewing public, ladies and gentlemen, I bid you all a wonderful afternoon. A well-known Nigerian proverb states that it takes a village to raise one child. This suggests that raising a single child is an effort that can only be completed successfully by the collective endeavors of a community of people, sowing into the child's life, training the child in the ways of the village, and even disciplining him so that he can grow up to be a successful and productive human being. In the same spirit as the African proverb, I would like to suggest to everyone present on this historic occasion that it took the entire SALCC community to raise each and every individual here today. I am indeed honored and humbled to stand here today to present this valedictory address. My name is Larissa Joseph, On behalf of the Sohria Lewis Community College, class of 2022, I would like to thank everyone in the SALCC community who has helped us throughout our tenure here and taken us through to the end of our journey, where we have the opportunity to walk across this stage, having successfully completed 2 rigorous years of preparation.
Help me welcome Miss Larissa Joseph. Welcome, Larissa. How are you this evening?
I'm doing good, and you?
I am doing very well. Larissa, you are a dynamite young lady. Can you just tell us a little bit about yourself?
Okay. Well, first, I'd like to say thank you for having me.
Welcome.
My name is Sohria Joseph. I recently graduated the Sohria Lewis Community College. I did my associate degree in agribusiness entrepreneurship. I am also a national volunteer with the St. Lucia Agricultural Forum for Youth. I participated in the Sustainable Agriculture in the Caribbean project. I was named the Woman in Agriculture for 2022. Yeah.
Wow, Larissa. And if you don't mind me asking, how young are you, Larissa? Because you're old yet. You're 53 like me yet. How young are you, Larissa?
I'm 19 years young.
Larissa, you're 19 years young and you have all those accolades under your belt?
Yes.
So, I know a lot of people, they have a tendency of looking down on agriculture. Explain to them what led you into wanting to be an agriculturist.
Well, I went into the agriculture division because agriculture is something I grew up around. Both my parents are agricultural people, I should say. So I grew up around animals, I grew up around plants, and it was just the love for it which led me to go into the field. And I know a lot of people have the stigma that, oh, agriculture is just farming, and people who do agriculture, they don't normally do well. But I think I started to change that.
So you said something which is very important. You said a lot of people believe agriculture is only farming. Can you expound on that for me, please?
Normally, when people hear you do agriculture, all they think about is being out in the field and doing manual labor. That's all they think about. But agriculture is much more than that. You have the business aspect of it. You don't only have the plant side of it, you have the animals aspect of it, you have the research aspect of it. It's many different components to it.
Now, let us touch on the research aspect because I believe that is the direction that I am seeing you as a young person and the country by extension moving into that direction. So explain to me, or to my audience, like the research aspect, because people believe agriculture is just go, you put a seed in the soil and that's it.
Yeah. Okay, well, with the research aspect, if you look at plants, we have new technology coming in. So currently, we're looking at drone technology in St. Lucia. So where they use the drone, sorry, and they map out the plots of lands. And with the drones, you can tell which plants need water, which plants need fertilizer. You can do so much with the technology. With the research aspect, you can take the plants into the lab. You can see what diseases the different plants have, what diseases you can prevent them from having. You have genetic modification which can be done in the labs.
So have you, because I have you on my WhatsApp and sometimes I would see you in the lab. Have you done any research or any experiments in this regard?
No, not fully.
Okay, not fully. So what branch of agriculture are you interested in pursuing?
In the veterinary medicine aspect.
Beg your pardon?
Veterinary medicine.
Oh, really? Really? But why did you
Yes,
choose that
yes.
aspect of it? Because like you say, many people believe agriculture is just farming.
Yes.
So what made you interested in going to take care of the animals?
I think it's just my love for animals.
So you love animals, and I guess you said that your parents are farmers and you raised with a lot of animals around you.
Yes, yes.
Ah, so did your friends look at you and say, "Oh, Larissa, why is agriculture she's doing?" Did they kind of look down on you?
No, they did not. When I went to Alpha, it was about four of us from Humphrey. We went to do agriculture, so it wasn't anything, It wasn't no bad energy.
Yeah, but not really from okay, like other people. When you speak to them, what is the reaction you get from them? Because from the time they hear agriculture, it's like, bright girl, like you doing agriculture. How, what is their approach towards you?
Well, there was a few people who had, that attitude, but as expected, there will always be some people who's for it, some people against it. So you can't do nothing about it. You
So
can't please
so
everybody.
So, what? How do you see? Because you are a young person. The future is you. The future is not me. I am leaving. I'm going. The future is you. How do you see our agricultural industry faring in the years to come?
Well, honestly, if the sector remains on the path that it is right now, it will be going down the drain. It's not a good path that the sector is in right now. If you look at our GDP, agriculture is contributing less than 50% to the GDP, and I feel like it should be at least 5%, at least. And we have potential for the GDP to be over 10%, 10, 20%, and it's not even touching 3%. So if we
Now,
continue like that with all, yeah,
go ahead.
sorry.
Sorry, Larissa. Go ahead.
Yeah, if we continue like that, bringing produce into the country, that's not a good thing for us.
Yeah, because we are supposed to be able to feed the nation. Now, what
Yes.
what areas do you think that we are lacking in the agricultural industry? What are some of the hiccups you think that we are facing, and our GDP has gone to like 3%, which is very bad.
Yeah. Well, first, our farmers, they want to hang on to the old practices because if you look at the
Ah.
average age for farmers in St. Lucia are like 55 to 65 years. That's the average age for our farmers. So, with the younger generation and implementing the different technology, that's something that they would be able to better use in the sector.
Wow, wow. So, would you see, all right, that presently, because I know you're in the agricultural field, do we have many young people in the agricultural sector right now?
No, we don't.
Interested, eh?
Interested. We have quite a few young people who are interested, but the opportunities are not there for them.
So, what opportunities are you talking about?
So let's just start from the beginning. Farming. If we have young persons who want to get into farming, the lack of land, and we know that the mention of the new youth economy has been put into place for the young persons to get access to land, but I feel like they're still not getting the access that you would be expecting them to get. If you go into them starting up an agribusiness, the capital, because you're a young person, you just come from Safa, there's not really much money you have there. And if you look at institutions like the banks, they will not be willing to provide you with a loan to start up your business.
So, therefore, um, I don't. I'm subject to correction because I heard you say like that. The youth economy, right? They're supposed to
Yes,
guide you. Like if you want to start your agriculture business, they're supposed to
yes,
assist and give you the land. And you are saying
yes.
maybe, or have you had an incident of having difficulties in getting the land with the youth economy program?
Well, I personally have not had the difficulties. That's what I
Okay.
should say.
Okay, because the youth economy, I don't think it is fully functional. I think they're still waiting for whatever. And I would support you and many of the other young people for you all to get the land and get enough
Yes.
money and get the technology. Because like you say, the farmers we have now, they are 55 to 65 and they're set in their ways. But in order, it is so good talking to a young person, because in order for the agricultural industry to move forward, we have to go with the times, a lot of research, a lot of technology. And I believe it's the young mind and the young people who are willing to work hard. They would be the ones to really make a difference in terms of agriculture and feed the population. Now, I know we're having a lot of issues with exporting bananas, but people fail to realize bananas is not only agriculture. And like you rightfully said, there are different
Yes.
facets of agriculture. Now, you said that you, on some board where you encourage young people, you speak to young people about agriculture. Explain that organization you own and what you do there.
Okay. So the organization is SLAFI,
Slaffy
the
and
Saint
what's
Lucia
the
Agriculture. Yes,
Senusha
Saint Lucia
Agriculture?
Agricultural Forum for Youth. Yes.
Okay,
So what
now
we do
let
is
me tell you,
we.
not cutting you
Sorry.
short. That is the first time
Yeah.
I'm hearing that. First time. So
Oh.
go ahead.
Okay. Well, I'm a new member to the group. I joined the group back in 2020, about around August. So
That's
I'm
not
very
new.
new
That's
to the
like two,
group.
two, 3 years. That's
No, I'm,
good.
no, I'm, oh, 2022, sorry.
Okay, 2022.
Yes,
Okay, all right.
just back in August. I'm fairly new to the group. But what we aim to do in the group is get youth engaged in agricultural sector. So any issues that they're having difficulty with, we try to assist them. So if we have one person in the group who has a farm and let's say they want to start growing um, sweet peppers on the farm and they need help to plow the land, so what will happen is all the members in the group will come and they will assist them in it. So
Oh, that's excellent. So it's like a little corporation,
yes,
this one
yes,
helping the other.
yes.
And I really believe they should have young people. I'm subject to correction, but were you on NTN some time ago talking about agriculture? Was it you? No, not you?
No, I don't. No, not me.
Okay, it's not you. But it is so, and Larissa, you are a very intelligent young woman. And for you to go into that field, and I know you got an award from Helen's daughter for agriculture. Now you wanting to be a vet, how possible do you see that happening? Because I know it's gonna take a lot of finances, and I personally
Yes.
believe you deserve a scholarship. So tell me, what are your plans in going on to become a veterinarian?
Well, I feel like we have the same thoughts because I also believe that I need a scholarship because currently,
Oh God, go ahead.
yes, currently education is a very, very, very expensive. Because I'm looking at it and I need to get my bachelor's. That's the track I want to take, get my bachelor's, and then do my doctorate in 4 years and then specialize. To do the bachelor's, I'm seeing the cheapest schools I'm seeing is about 18,000 US a year. I'm like, my pocket's not reaching so deep.
No,
So I'm trying to
no.
see if I can.
Hold on, Larissa. Hold on. Since you say
Yes.
about you trying to get a scholarship, I am calling on the government of Saint Lucia via the Taiwanese scholarship program that Larissa be considered for a scholarship. She got the highest award at Sir Arthur Lewis Community College. She has completed her studies, and I know you usually give the scholarships after they complete Sir Arthur. I am calling on the government of St. Lucia that this young promising woman, because I know of a friend of mine who went to Taiwan to study agriculture, right? And she did her master's. So we must not, I am always for the underdog. We must never leave our young people behind. Larissa is a brain. She got high awards, right? let us look for her. And Larissa, I think the Taiwanese, I will guide you, the Taiwanese scholarship program is opened, right? And you can apply.
Yes.
And agriculture is one that they give the scholarship. So I don't know if you know or if you are aware that the scholarship is open for agriculture, for the Taiwanese
Yes,
scholarship.
I am aware. I've already started my application.
Well done. And government of St. Lucia, I want to come back here and say my guests on my show went to Taiwan to study. And I know you're going to get it. I have no doubt. When I saw it, I'm like, okay, Larissa needs to apply. I even know you apply. Because you always tell me if you know this, you know that. So when I saw that, I say, good. So you are going to get the scholarship. And you are going to come back to St. Lucia and make us proud. Right? Because I know you love your country. Now tell me about your mom. You wrote something on Instagram and you said you would not have been able to make it without your mom. Tell me, what did your mom do for you?
Well, my mom is one of the most hardworking women I know. She has 6 children, guided us all, ensured all of us succeeded. The education that she does not have for herself, she ensured that all her children went to school and they got a good education. She always pushed for us to do well, always supported us. I cannot tell you that there was a time that I was down and my mom wasn't there supporting me. She was always in my corner.
Wow, wow, wow. So, and you said she raised 6 of you on her own.
No, not on her own.
Okay, not on her own, but she was always there with you.
Yes.
Okay. Because mothers are very, very involved in their children's life, and they will do almost any and everything to ensure that their children succeed. And I imagine your peers respected you so much. You gave that honor speech. And I have to let people know who you are. This is why when I do my show, I usually say to you people that the good students or the good young people are out there. They are out there. They're not causing mischief. So we are going to show you another part of Larissa's wonderful speech. And we are going to show you, is the world ready for us? And I want to know if the world is ready. And we need our government of St. Lucia. Thank you to the Taiwanese, right? Scholarship program. Thank you. But we need our government to go a little further and do a little more. I want when those young people leave school, they don't have to think, where I'm going to get money. And this is our problem. Let us take the millions and invest the millions in our young people. I prefer that. Invest. We need to look for the young people who are not financially able to go to higher education and provide them with scholarships. You mean to tell me agriculture was one of our main revenue earner, and we do not have an agricultural university in St. Lucia? Are we sleeping in this place? Anyway, take a listen, people.
We all had that one class. Even if it was an hour long, it always felt like 5 hours. KEP students, do you remember that one class where your eyes just couldn't stay open? Mr. Williams, from the mark you left on your e-commerce students, I think they'll be the next Jeff Bezos. Agri-entrepreneurship and climate-smart agriculture students, I miss the days after farm practical, going to socialize and having these stress relief drinks. On behalf of the Sustainable Tourism and Hospitality Department, I would like to say a huge thank you to Mr. Tim, Mr. Frederick, and Mr. Shane. As you all prove to your students that you would always be there for them no matter what the situation. online learning was a challenge. We often found ourselves waking up just in time for class. And don't get me started on the big blue button, or a downgrade of Zoom, as I like to say. Because every day the system will yell, surprise, as it presented us with a new issue. I am pretty sure I wasn't the only one who enjoyed it when Moodle was down. Especially when I had an assignment due which wasn't near completion. We are not crossing the stage because we have completed our various academic programs. Rather, we are crossing the stage as global champions, ready to leave our collective legacy on society. We ran a long race, fought hard, and stayed focused on our predestined goal. We have assembled an unstoppable force of global leaders that no pandemic, no world war, or fallen economy can defeat. The question is not whether we are prepared for this world, but whether this world is prepared for us.
Excellent, excellent, excellent delivery, Larissa. And you ask a very pertinent question. Is the world ready for us? And it is very true. And it goes back to me saying that when those students leave Sir Arthur Lewis Community College, what is there for them? Look at you, a young woman wanting to further her studies, thinking of the monies. You don't have the monies. Our government needs to do more in terms of education, in terms of sourcing more scholarships for our young people. Now, Larissa, I need to ask you a question. Larissa, I need to know, what was that drink y'all were having? Are you allowed to say?
Well,
huh?
Well, I already incriminated us, so we were going on the farm. The farm is in Dennery. And we know which bars are in Dennery.
No, I know. I don't know. So y'all were going for your stress relief drinks anyway. Did that help? Did that help y'all?
Well, I think it's very evident that it helped.
Because y'all passed. And then you were operated in a time where everything changed. You actually worked were learning during, y'all were doing it via, what were y'all using? Moodle? What were y'all using during the time?
Yes, we used Moodle. Yes.
Yes. So
we
you
used the
had to
Moodle
be
platform.
Okay, right. So you had to learn to use this new platform, online system, and I could imagine the stress. But socially, it's amazing that you came out very well. You did your course, your assignments, and you did so well. But the social aspect of interacting with your friends, because during your graduation, they interviewed a young lady, and she said that is the first time she's seen some people because all her classes were home online and she never got that time to socialize with people. How did you cope with that?
Well, I spent a lot of time online, but I don't really, go out, so it wasn't really a problem for me. But when I did get to meet my friends, because I did labs, so when we had our labs, we would meet each other. When we had farm practicals, we would meet each other. Some other students, they were not so fortunate, like the business students. They spent the entire time online. We did have a few exams in person, but other than that, we were online.
Yeah, because I heard her said that. And it was kind of sad because some students really need to mingle and speak, with each other, because that is part of school life. And it is amazing that they lean on to you. And I listened to part of your speeches and what you said. You really, for a young age, 19 is young, for a young woman, you were really grounded. You were really grounded in what you want to become, what you want to be. Now, how did Helen's daughters recognize you? What did you do that was different from everybody else?
Helen's daughters named me Woman in Agriculture. This was the first year that they gave someone the award for Woman in Agriculture. This was for my consistent performance in the agricultural department and being the first ever valedictorian from the agricultural department. So
that is an achievement. That is an achievement, Larissa. And I am seeing you as being our next agricultural minister or our next prime minister or working with those big organizations overseas. But as I said, the thing that keeps young people back is not being able to get the finances, not being able to get the scholarships that they need in order to pursue their dreams. And I will say it here again, you deserve a scholarship. Your grades are excellent because you started with Castries Comprehensive Secondary School. You are a top draw. And I hope no preference, no nonsense is going to go into those things. We need to stop those things. We need to stop, because I know Sohria. Ooh, Sohria is my friend. Sohria is my close girl and everything. Ooh, I am going to give Sohria child a scholarship over this person. And the other person deserves it. No, we need to do things right in this country. And I've heard many people complain about this. Many people. Now, I hope you are enjoying Larissa, because Larissa is what you call an example to young people. She didn't go to say, okay, she's going to study business. She decided to do agriculture. Now, I am going to show you a final video of Larissa. And this is what we need. We need to dialogue with the young people and stop putting all the young people in the same bracket. They're all in the same bracket. Okay, so I'm going to show you the last video of Larissa we overcame.
This was a pandemic that transformed the world in an instant, humbled big cities and nations, disrupted communities, crippled economies, and separated families. We watched the world change in front of us, compelling us to change as well. But look at us now. Our devotion, resilience, and will to succeed have enabled us to not just survive, but even triumph over COVID-19. We all had to adjust to a new global environment. After being in the education system for many years and constantly hearing, quiet down, stop speaking in class, I was now hearing, why am I the only one speaking? Are you guys hearing me? Because no one is answering. We did not have the struggle of wandering around the campus lost, but rather, the struggle became a fear of losing Wi-Fi and camera malfunctions. This time period has taught us the value of online etiquette. Every class now started with the famous words. Can everyone hear me? Is everyone seeing my screen? Remember the late nights, tears, sweat, and the sacrifices it required to be an SALCC student? We all learned how 1 minute, 60 seconds could make a difference, because an assignment due at 11:59 p.m. could not be submitted at 12 a.m. We discovered an inner discipline and power we didn't realize we possessed. When you think about it, this year's group has been challenged more than any other and can only be more prepared and stronger to confront the world's difficulties. We took flight on the wings of change, and while the road was altered, our destination was not. Adaptability and resilience have become second nature. This is who we are.
This is who we are. And Larissa, I am of the view that you are going to make a significant impact on our country and on the world by extension. Now, just give the young people out there some encouraging words. Speak from your heart, because that's what we need. Sometimes the younger people may not want to really listen to the older folks like me, but when they hear it coming from a younger person like you, they get motivated, they get encouraged. So just speak to them and tell them, what they need to do in order to succeed.
Well, what I want to say is you just have to work hard. Don't listen to anyone who tell you that you can't do it. You just have to believe in yourself and know that you can do it. And like I said in my speech, Luke chapter 1 verse 47, for with God nothing shall be impossible. If you believe that, then everything will go your way.
Exactly. All things are possible with God. And you have a very calm spirit. You're very focused. You are very focused. But let me ask you a question. They say that the young men are not focused and the young ladies are more focused. How did you relate to that at Sir Arthur? Did you find the young men not focused, or did you find them getting better?
Well, I found that there were quite a few who were not focused indeed, but there were a few who, they stayed focused and they worked hard.
So in your interaction with those young men at school, when you got the chance to do that, what would you think, or what would you say was the reason they were not focused?
Just maybe the young ladies.
Say that louder for me to hear.
It was maybe the young ladies.
Yeah, and you know what I found? The fellas, the young men are not focused, they're behind the young ladies, but the young ladies are so smart. They fool the young guys and they go home and they beat the books and they get the good grades. So you said that would be the main issue.
Yes.
So were you like, because I know everybody respected you at that school. Did you counsel some of them or speak to them peer counseling? Did you talk to them?
I spoke to a few.
But did they listen?
I wouldn't say it was counseling.
You spoke to a few, but did they take your advice as a brilliant young woman?
Some did, some didn't.
Okay, some did, some didn't. And this is what we have to do. We have to have positive people like you helping the other young people. Now, before we wrap up, just speak to my audience, say what you want to say, because it was such a pleasure having you with me tonight.
I want to say once again, thank you for having me. I just want to hope that after my interview, everyone, listens and takes something from it. Agriculture, that's a sector that we really need to look out for. And the sector really needs to grow and not decrease. And a lot more should go into the sector to ensure that it thrives.
That is so beautiful. And Larissa, keep me posted. I really want to hear that you get the scholarship, because I don't see them. I don't see all of them when they go in for their scholarship. Mommy there, this one there. I want you should. Let me tell you, I'm not just saying that because you are my guest. You deserve that agricultural scholarship. And when you finish your bachelor's, go ahead, do whatever, your doctorate, do everything. Take everything you can, specialize like you see, right? And come back to St. Lucia and do good for our country. Larissa, I would love to thank you for being here with me tonight. You were a wonderful sport. I know you were like a little nervous, but I usually make my guests feel comfortable. And I really enjoyed that interview. You were my first guest, my first interview. And when you get that scholarship, I'm going to bring you back so I can interview. Is that okay with you?
Yes, it is.
Okay, and all the best. Say hi to your family for me, your mom, and all the best in the future, Larissa.
Yes, thank you.
You're very welcome. So, folks, you see, I had this brilliant young woman, Larissa Joseph, and let us wish her the best in getting that scholarship because she's into agriculture. She loves agriculture, and let me tell you, she's a focused young woman. She knows what she wants, and agriculture can only change when we get the young people involved, because you heard what she said, that those we have 55 to 65, they're not up in time. They want to stick to their ways. They're not up with the technology. So people like Larissa is just so a breath of fresh air. We are going, but we have to feed the nation. Agriculture is important, tourism is important, but we need to feed the nation. My people, I hope you enjoyed my show. Remember, you may feel free to support, buy me a coffee, to support the show, so the show will always be here supporting and doing what we have to do. And I also like to say hi to Valerie. A lot of people are supporting. Thanks for the support. I am here to bring a different perspective to what is happening. Issues. So my people, I want to just wish you all the best. Speak to a young person. Be positive. Sometimes, let me say something to you. Just a smile you have to give them, Or they're missing a little dollar for bus, you giving it to them. Do the smallest things. You don't have to give them $1,000, whatever. Do the smallest things, and these children will remember you. Be there for the children. So it was very nice speaking to you and my guest, Larissa Joseph, and to everybody listening, Liberty 92.3 FM, YouTubers, Facebookers. I want to say good night, and I will see you again on Wednesday. So this was my first guest. Have a good night. Love you. Bye.